jab and then hook off the jab and then follow with the right hand. 3-punch combination coming up.
That's the experience of the 39 fights against only 11 for Anani.
But you know, Smitty, when this girl gets to 39 fights, she's going to be some force to be dealing with. I tell you that.
Well, this is a big step up in class, as Smitty said, for Sumya Anani. She hasn't fought anybody in this league, and she's such a terrific athlete, and she's winning this round, by the way.
No wonder she does yoga. By the way she fights, I can see now why she relaxes with some yoga.
I tell you what, you have to teach me how to do that, because this girl is really showing me a lot of heart and guts.
All right, closing seconds now of the 6th round. A pretty good round for Sumya Anani. And this fight is dead even after 6.
The way I have it, Bob, 3 rounds apiece.
But you know what? 3 exciting rounds apiece. I tell you that. I don't care either way it goes. Both of these girls have been really going at it.
All right, this is what we have coming up for you. This is the main event. The 12-round IBF Junior Flyweight Championship of the World. Rantanapol Warapon, former world champion from Thailand, 37-3-1, 29 knockouts, takes on young Will Grigsby, a native of St. Paul, Minnesota.
And Colonel, they're going to have a heck of an act to follow if these first 6 rounds are any indication between Sumya Anani and Christy Martin.
Anybody has a tough act to follow.
She's never been hit like this.
By the way, we want to thank some people in our boxing department. Debbie Kim, Bobby Goodman, and matchmaker Peyton Scher, Robert Ritchie, Greg Fritz from Brenner Zweigel, Dan Clavidenture, Steve Brenner, and our ticket department, Gene Berry, Aaron Melcher, and our DKP staff of Colette James, Jack Meehan, and Beverly Lewis. We want to wish them all a Merry Christmas. Here we go, round 7, Christy Martin, Sumya Anani.
Well, I tell you, look, now Christy's looked like she got a little life back in her legs as she's boxing and using that jab, which was probably the soundest advice that Jim Martin could have gave her in between rounds as they get her back into the swing of things here, Smitty. What do you think?
These two were scheduled to meet, as you know, Carl, about a month ago, and Christy was a little bit under the weather and some other problems, and perhaps she needed to be totally ready to go mentally and physically, you can tell, against the pressure of Anani.
Well, you know, I think Anani here, Colonel, is making it, she's going to make it kind of difficult for herself getting other girls to get in the ring with her in the future. She's really a tough competitor.
And I'll tell you one thing, Christy is really going to have to suck it up here now and get back to pumping that jab and landing the right hand, because Anani is some kind of tough. Christy hasn't been able to really nail her with a big shot. She's hit her hard a couple of times, but those body shots back a couple of rounds ago where she went right for the ribs, and Christy has had to step up and hurt you in the ribs, and she's not taking this 7th round away. She's going to stop Anani's onslaught here now, because Anani won the 6th round.
Well, I tell you, if you take a look at both fighters' face, it looked like to me Anani would be clearly ahead, but we all know that it's not the case.
Hey, if it was in the schoolyard,
oh boy,
the bloody nose.
That's the way they scored it in my neighborhood.
Actually, though, Colonel, I'm of the opinion that Christy now is showing, though, her experience, and I think the big punch will come with her getting and moving around, and I think it'll set it up, because clearly she has a lot more experience than Anani, who's the aggressor, obviously, but I think Christy's having a good round.
But she needs to right now. She needs to take control of this fight. Oh, there was a big right hand. She needs to take control, Colonel.
Well, this is kind of an even round. I wouldn't give this round to either girl. I think both of them did okay, kind of a coasting round in the 7th.
Very exciting here. Look, see what he's got going through the blue corner. See what Barry Becker's advice is going to be.
Now listen to me. You got 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes to beat this bitch ass. That's all we got left. You ain't even breathing. I want you to start punching, okay, baby? Throw more punches. Throw more punches. You throw more punches.
Working on the eye a little bit of Anani, catching all of those blows in this fight. You certainly would expect her to have some problems. Christy, as usual, bleeding, but again, on my scorecard, though, Bob, I have Christy ahead 4 rounds to 3.
Well, I've got it dead even because I scored the last round dead even. But it's important to note that Sumya Anani has never been beyond 6 rounds in her life. And only one time has she been beyond 4 rounds. So she's in a place she's never been before. And in spite of what the corner thinks, this is not the last round. This is scheduled for 10. Here we go, round number 8. Bob Sheridan, Carl King, Ginny Smith. We're in Fort Lauderdale. We've got the women's pound-for-pound champion, Christy Martin, with a hurricane buzzing around her, Sumya Anani. This is round 8.
That's very interesting, Colonel, because I think the next hurricane to come through this time probably will be called Sumya. She is really, really impressing all of us tonight, I think, with a big heart and a lot of skills. And I tell you what, if she gets some technique, she's going to be very difficult to beat.
Well, she's not throwing any more, as many punches. Here's Christy with a nice uppercut combination. And Christy's just not with it. She's a little bit off tonight, partially because she's been hit. Oh, good right hand by Christy. She hurt her. I don't know if Christy knows it, but her legs went there for a second, and Christy didn't realize it. Usually Christy jumps right on it when she lands a blow like that, and she was unable to do it that time.
I think the reason that Christy's boxing now, Bob, is she couldn't get Sumya out of there earlier in the fight by slugging it out. And I think she's trying to set up the punches now, and I think that's more effective for her against this type of an opponent.
She still has to be careful, though, because she can get nailed, as you just seen there in that last exchange, because she is doing what Larry Donald didn't do, and that's commit. Make a commitment here.
And Christy's looking to land that big right hand again. She's up on her toes. Watch her jab, go with the hook to the body, and then follow with the right hand. That's what she's trying to do. But Sumya is so strong, she won't go. Christy caught her with a pretty good inside shot that time, but she won't go.
She is a very determined young lady, and I tell you what, that's what this sport's all about. And as we keep going along, I can't help to say it, it just simply doesn't get no better than this.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Carl.
Blood coming from the nose and the mouth of Christy Martin. She's used to that.
But you see Christy in the last few fights taking more and more punishment. Sumya could steal this round.
You know, and if she's not very careful, she may steal a fight.
Well, I think that Christy landed more blows, but you notice how staggering she was at the end of that round?
Absolutely, and that's a telltale sign of weakness right now as we're approaching round 9. Let's listen to see what Jim Martin got to say in this red corner here.
Man. Good day, Ice back, please. Tell the ref. 9 rounds. 9th round.
Well, let's take a look at this replay here. Big bang, good right hand by. And I tell you what, Anani comes back here, but that was a good, strong right hand that we just seen. Now let's take a look at Anani's right hand. She missed the left hook, Smitty, but the right hand was right on the button, and this girl is non-stop offense.
Sumya came on at the end of that round, but Christy, I think, may have done enough to steal it. I hate to call an even round, so I'm going to give it to Martin. I know you hate those even rounds as well, Bob, but a lot of these are that close.
Well, I don't like even rounds, but I scored the 7th round even. I gave the 8 to Martin. There's only 1 point one way or the other here. This is a good fight. Round 9, War Memorial Auditorium here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I tell you what, our scorecard, folks, is totally unofficial, but you got 3 judges out here, and there's no telling how they're seeing this fight tonight. We're seeing it very close.
Well, it for sure is a close fight, no matter what the judges say.
You're no kidding. Well, you said it right earlier, Colonel. No matter what happens here, we got to see this matchup again down the line in the future.
Round 9, both women showing some signs of fatigue. We mentioned that Sumya has never been this long in her life.
And you know what? She looks like she's handling this distance rather well. I don't think she's fading as much as we would have thought she would have at this stage of the fight. And look at her, she's throwing punches. I wish we had a count punch stand or something.
Sumya coming on here, Bob.
Sumya's coming on real strong right now. Christy backing up. Christy comes back with a hook.
And these are just the kind of action, folks, that can change the way a round is being scored. And it's not good for Christy to be on these ropes, Smitty. I think she needs to get out and use that left jab like she did earlier.
This is a bad spot for Christy to be. And look at the way she fires off the ropes, digs to the body, and Sumya just doesn't know what it means to back up. Christy comes off wild with the right hand is Christy. Uppercut inside. Christy back up on the toes now. This is the 9th round, scheduled for 10. It's a tough fight, and this is Sumya Anani's round, by the way.
You know, Kurt, one thing we have to mention here, Sumya Anani has been attacking Christy's body as well throughout this fight, and that could also have a telltale effect on why Christy's weak.
All right, does the bell end in round 9? I think that Anani took the 9th round.